What's up, y'all? That threw me off. This is Beyond 21 with Caitlin.
Hey, Callie. I've been trying to beat you the past couple times.
I was actually focusing on Marley's bark just now. That's all I have to say about that. I'm still a little shook.
Okay, so today we're talking about how to be a good friend, right?
Yes.
Or just things as a friend you probably shouldn't do. I'm sure it'll go both ways.
Things you should do, things you shouldn't do, all the things.
But first up, we have crumble cookies, as I posted on my TikTok, if you saw my TikTok. So
You got to follow our TikTok account, Callie's TikTok account. We've kind of taken it over as our own, but yeah, it was a little haul, kind of. Was it kind of a haul?
No.
You don't think so?
No. It took me 2 seconds.
Okay.
10 making the video.
I was really surprised when you came back and didn't have any footage with the employees.
Well, they all looked so mad or sad or just not impressed, so I just didn't worry about it. And I asked the one guy, I said, can I take a video in here? And he said, yeah.
And looked at you that way.
So I was just like,
Rome crumble cookies isn't the vibe, apparently. They don't even know what kind of stars they're dealing with.
well, it was also 9 in the morning, so.
True. But like if 9 in the morning, if you can't get your attitude in order and come to work at Crumble Cookie and be happy, get out of there. Anyway.
True that. So let's try these.
Yeah,
let's try these cookies.
Let's try them. Let me move my stuff out of the way.
So you don't slide behind it.
Yeah. Let's cut that off first of all. And I'm having some issues with my cords over here. I don't know why. Every time we get started on a video, I have cord issues. It's like my mic ain't.
Because it's not like you actually even touch them.
It ain't. I mean,
After
my
you
mic
get
ain't
done
even
every
screwed
day.
in the thing all the way. So if y'all hear me cracking around on my mic, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna unplug. You just talk while I unplug.
Okay, so we got some strawberry milks, salted caramel cheesecake, and cake batter. And I'm honestly, I don't know which one I'm most excited about. Definitely not the strawberry milk. But between the cake batter and the cheesecake one, I don't know, because I don't like caramel, but I like the cheesecake the last time. I don't know. This is gonna be something.
I'm excited for the strawberry milk one. I think Mick. Put a picture of a Mick Jagger right there. Okay. Which one we trying first?
Strawberry milk. We just keep rotating.
And it has, what do you call those little straws? Purette.
Is that what they're called?
They're like them little straws we used to eat at.
I know what you're talking about. I didn't eat them. All right. You're gonna eat
Take
the
a smell test.
purette?
It stinks.
Are you gonna eat the purette or whatever?
Absolutely. Gotta get
First,
a bite
you're gonna
with
get the bite in there.
it. Yes, I sure am.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do a crunch taste.
The longer I chew on it,
My taste
tastes like
buds
strawberry milk,
my taste buds be tingling right now.
but it's not bad. I really thought I would hate this.
Is this a mini?
I'm gonna I'm gonna try it with the purette or whatever on it.
Puree? Puree. Puree. Oh, it's French. I like it.
Not bad. It made it better with that pea thing.
That pee-pee.
No. Okay. Cleanse your palate. Whoa.
Okay.
I know you're not on your phone.
I'm on the Crumble Cookie app. We're going to do a cookie journal. So, this is how you keep up with your... They're not a sponsor, by the way, but y'all could be. you could be a sponsor. So you'll go over to your More in your app, go down to where it says My Account, click Cookie Journal, and then you just search up your cookies that you bought, and with the little plus sign, so you'll hit the plus, and then search for strawberry milk.
Wait, you said test cookies? What'd you say? Oh, Cookie Journal.
Okay.
Add.
You wrote period.
Did you do this little plus sign you said?
So I'm going to give that one a 4-star. And then I'm going to hit save review. It gave it a 4.2 overall. So, anyways, that's that one.
I'm giving it a 4.
That's what I gave it.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
4 stars, but it rates it at a 4.2 average.
Got it. Okay.
So that's that one.
All right, so let's go for...
Can you put my strawberry milk back in the
You
box?
want cake batter or you want cheesecake?
I want cheesecake next because I'm trying to get that cake batter last because I know I'm going to like that one the best. What?
Nothing. What'd you say?
I said I'm going to like the cake batter the best.
No, I heard that part.
I didn't say nothing else. You laughed at something else.
Okay.
She says okay like she don't believe me.
No, I believe you.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
That one's hard to chew up.
Yeah, but it's a lot better than I thought it would be with all that caramel on the top. Like, if they would have done just a little drizzle, that would have been better than a whole thing of caramel. But that one's pretty good.
I'm just going to give it a 3.
I'm still giving it a 4.
So let me look that one up on my cookie journal.
At least it's not like rich.
Gerbil?
Gerbil. At least it's not rich, you
I
know?
don't know. It was tingling my tongue.
It wasn't really rich to me.
I'm not giving it. It rates a 4.4 overall. So a 3 rating is it's okay. I think it's better than okay, but it's not 4 stars for me.
I put cheesecake.
I love
So
that.
cheesecake.
Let's see here.
Okay.
Cookie cake batter. I'm going to go ahead and look that one up.
I'm going to go ahead and cleanse my palate.
Okay, so the cake batter, it says the ultimate cake batter trifecta. A cake batter cookie topped with a swirl of cake batter, cream cheese frosting, and a mini, mini cookie cake batter balls. So, it doesn't look anything like the picture.
Yes, it does.
They don't have little crumbles on there. They got big old fat crumbles.
Well, I mean,
I'm
sue
picky.
them. Sue them.
We've been doing this for 8 minutes.
Well,
We better hurry.
I'm hurrying. Here you go.
All right, let's try it.
Ready, say go.
I like that one. That's real good.
That one is good. That one is a little rich.
5 stars. Right now.
That one is a little rich, but it's very good.
Was this one warm when you got it?
Yeah.
Five stars in the cookie journal, y'all. Gerbil.
Okay, so since we're running out of time, we're going to switch over and we're going to talk about how to be a good friend.
Yep. After a quick word from our sponsors. All right. Thank you to our sponsors. Remember, if you want to be a sponsor of the show, it's only $5 a week.
Or 20 bucks a month.
Or 20 for the month. So you can let us know in our email or message us on any of our platforms, and we'll get back to you. If you want to be a sponsor, we'll write you some cool little ads. Okay, so being a good friend. This one's very important to me because I have had on and off friends probably, as early as having friends and like really having an understanding of what being a friend is to somebody. So maybe, like elementary school. So first off, what does it mean to be a good friend? Like, what do you think it means to be a good friend? Like, personally. Just if you had somebody and you know, you were like, if you could make the perfect friend, what would it be for you?
I wouldn't say if I could make the perfect friend. I'd definitely say like,
Or if you could be the perfect friend.
well, I think being a perfect friend or a good friend, at least, like, when you say you're going to do something, you do it, you go through with it. Like, you don't bail last minute. I mean, if it's something urgent comes up, I get it. But, like, I know a lot of times, like, I've had so many friends, like, bail on me last minute that, like, I literally kept asking them, like, hey, you are coming over, right? Like, we are doing this, right? Like, I've had to doubt my friends so much because I've been burned in the past. So I would say, like, don't stress your friend out and making them think that you're going to fall through on your plans. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say you're going to do something, do it. But also just I don't know, like, communication in any relationship is really good, but especially friendship. Like, if you have a problem with something or something that they're doing or whatever, or if it's just something really good that you think about them or whatever, like, say it. Don't go forever and not let that be said, because like with me and you, for instance, like we've had our bickering, especially since the podcast has started. I mean, it has brought us closer together, but there are times that we have situations where we're agitated at each other.
Yeah.
And if you don't, and I told you the other day, I said, if you don't tell me what I'm doing wrong or what you think I should do better, I don't know about it. So I can't just be expected to change it when I'm not sure what I'm doing.
Right.
I think that's a big thing that a lot of people are afraid to do. And like, even with you, like being my sister, sometimes I am afraid. I mean, I understand the frustration or like you don't want to step on anybody's toes. Like, even with you being my sister, like, I don't want to, have that conversation with you sometimes. Like, if I think I need to, that's just an awkward conversation to have, and I understand. But at the same time, if it's bothering you so much, like, it does need to be said. That way you're aware and I'm aware of what's going. Like, everybody is on the same page in that instance. Like, I don't know, and I don't know. Good communication. And, being there when you say you're going to be there. But at the same time, just listening and trying to understand. Trying to open your mind to a person's perspective on something.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I feel like that may be basic, or I don't know, but I feel like those things matter the most.
Right.
And when I say communication, like, you don't have to talk every day, because, like, me and you don't always talk every day, and, like, me and Abby, we don't always talk every day, and me and Ivy, we don't always talk every day, but we still can pick right back up where we left off, and it's like nothing ever changed. So,
for me, I mean, all those things, yes, but also, like, I think it also depends on, like, each person's, like, different personality, their, like, love language per se. Like, for me, like, I think being a good friend is, like, making sure your friends mentally are, okay. Because for me personally, like, struggling with anxiety.
I love your shirt, by the way. I just now realized that it's
Overstimulated Moms Club with the coffee and the skulls and the lightning bolts. That's me. But, like, struggling with anxiety myself, like, I try to treat my friends the way I want my friends to treat me.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing, too.
Like, and it's the golden rule, but it's like, yeah, treat others the way you want to be treated. Yes, you want people to be nice to you, so be nice to them. But for me, it's like going one step further and being like, hey, let's say my friend's having a baby. What can I do for you after you have your baby? Do you want me to stay out of your way? Do you want me to come and bring you something to eat? Like, it's
knowing boundaries.
Knowing boundaries, but also telling them, like, hey, I'm there, and being there.
Yeah.
When you say you're going to be there for your friend, be there.
Yeah.
Don't say, oh,
Well, I'll do this for you, or, you know, if
Yeah,
you just let me know if you need anything, and then when you let them know, then they're not.
Yeah. And it's like that in that Riley Green song, and it says something about I had it in my head. He's talking about don't be posting prayers on Facebook if you don't mean it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I think he says if you're just saying prayers and you don't say them or something like that. But it's that with everything. Like don't say, "Oh, I'm going to come and cook you a meal after you have your baby," if you don't plan on doing that. It's stuff like that. And it's like don't make promises you can't keep, basically.
Yeah.
So that's some of my biggest things with being a good friend. And then it says, I've written outlines for some of our episodes. So this one in particular says, how do I know if I'm being the friend my friend may need? Well, sometimes you don't really know. You know, you just really have to. Sometimes you really don't know what somebody's going through unless they tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, you know, with me having the anxiety and stuff, I try to look for the signs of those issues and not necessarily like try to call them out on those issues, but be like, hey, you know, are you all right? Like friends with kids, you know, that have multiple kids. And, you know, I know how it is with one kid, how stressful it is. People with 2 kids be like, hey, you know, do you need a break? Just being proactive and trying to be there even when they aren't showing signs that they need you. Because sometimes people aren't going to show you that they're weak. Like me, for instance, I'm not going to show a weakness if I can help it. Sometimes, you know, you just can't help it. But I'm going to try my best to make sure nobody thinks I have issues when I do.
Me
you know?
too. Yeah.
So the question is, should I go above and beyond? And the first one, or that's the topic. So the first question is, have you ever felt like you put in 90% of the work in a friendship?
You're asking me?
Yeah. I mean, we can go back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like that a lot of times where, like, I would make an attempt, and I told this friend, I was like, hey, you know, I'm gonna start checking in on you this often, blah, 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 and, like, you know, I did it for a while, and it was like, I always had to make the first move, and I hate that. Like, after so long, if I have to be the only one to make I don't mind making the first move, but, like, if after a while I'm the only one making a move, there's a problem. And so I feel like at that point, it's just like, I mean, I'm putting in 90% of the work. If you can't match me, then, well, I mean, like, what do we have? Because it seems like I want to talk to you, but you may not want to talk to me. But at the same time...
And it also feels like you're bothering them if you just keep on, and they never reciprocate.
Yeah, but...
it drives me away.
But at the same time, I will say, I'm one of those people, so I don't ever... I can't ever decipher between if it's like... just this person just doesn't want anything to do with me and they don't feel like putting in the effort, or maybe they've been too busy, or what if it's just they don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have to have a conversation with me however often. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I'm one of those people where I could go without talking to Abby or Ivy for, you know, weeks, but still... And I'm not saying...
But not have any issues with them or anything.
Yeah,
still
like
love them just as much.
Yeah, like I still feel about them the way I felt before. It's just the fact that, like, I don't have to text them. Like, I don't have to have communication with them. Not that I don't want to, but I don't have to have it. And so I don't ever know if it's that, or they're just busy, or they just don't want it at all. You know, so I feel like that's a tough thing. Do you feel like you've put in 90%?
Oh, yeah, and I have one in particular, like, we've since worked out our issues, but it was like, you know, this person had kids, and they were, you know, I was always checking in. I was always trying to help her. And I, you know, and I didn't have kids at this point in time, so I I was genuinely trying to do my best to help her. I was asking her how she was. Do you need a break? Do you need, to just go to the store and me watch your baby for like a second? Like, do you want me to ride with you? Like, it was stuff like that. And it was like every time, we didn't talk often, but every time we did talk, she would dump her problems on me. I would be stressed about her issues. They didn't have anything to do with me and my stuff, but it was like, I don't know if that's like empathy or what, but like I would worry and try to help her solve her problems.
Do you feel like, I'm just going to pause and interrupt. Do you feel like at some point, if a friend is dumping problems on you like that, that it's just too much and they should just stop sharing with you?
I think if you're friends with somebody and you're equally putting in a certain amount, and if I'm dumping my problems on you and you're dumping them on me, and we're talking to each other collectively and we keep in touch, then I think it's fair. I think if you don't ever talk to me except for when you've got a problem, and I'm always having to come to you and say, hey, how are you today? Mm-hmm. Just wanted to check in. I was thinking about you. And you dump all your problems on me from like the last 3 weeks and you haven't spoke to me, and I never dump my issues out on you because I feel like it's inappropriate to talk about myself when you're telling me your issues, then no, I don't think that's right. I think when you're using somebody as a trash can, then no, that's not right. But in this particular friendship, I had enough, and it had happened over the course of several years, and I just felt like I did everything I could. I went above and beyond. I was a good friend. I did what I could for her, and when she didn't reciprocate, when I got pregnant and I never heard from her, it made me mad. And like it hurt my feelings, and I was to that point in pregnancy, I was like, I don't even care no more.
I remember
and I just quit talking to her.
Yeah.
And then when she asked me when I was short with her the next time she acted like she wanted to talk to me, then I told her, I was like, because I didn't want, my thing is like, it's really hard to confront somebody because I don't want to be confrontational. I don't want to be like, I got an issue with you.
That's what I was saying
because
earlier.
I feel like
it's
that's
tough.
a little bit, I don't know. To me, it's just rude to go over to somebody and be like, I've got a problem with you. And this is what my grievances are.
Yeah, but you don't have to say it like that.
No, but that's the way it feels. Like, if you have...
That's the way it feels like if you were on the other end of that conversation.
If I was on the other end of that conversation, I would have been irritated that somebody was like, this is my problem with you. And I don't know if that's narcissistic or whatever, but like, I just thought it would be rude to say all that because I didn't know exactly what she was going through. I mean, she had her own children, 2 of them, and so it was a little bit of a, well, she's busy, she's got more problems than I've got. She's got children she's got to take care of. She's got a whole lot more on her plate than I do, so why am I coming over here and griping and complaining because you're not coming over here and talking to me? I just felt like it wasn't right. So I just kind of stepped back because I also talked to one of my coworkers about it. I was like, how should I feel? And she was like, stop talking to her and see how long she talks to you. See how long it takes her to talk to you. And it was months when she didn't talk. And then finally she just started talking to me. And when I was short with her, she was like, what's wrong with you? Have I done something? And then that's when I was like, yeah, you've done something. It's the lack of respect for me. And I just told her. And after that, we've been fine. Like, and it's, but I also have learned I'm not going to go above and beyond in a friendship that I don't feel like I'm valued in.
Yeah.
So that's just my thing.
Yeah.
I put here, on one hand, I'd like to sit here and say that you should always put the most effort into being the absolute best friend that you can be. But sometimes when they aren't reciprocating that love or feelings, it's hard to continue putting in the most work. Right. It is. And I feel like you're just mentally stressing yourself out and draining yourself of everything you've got if you're constantly going over to this person, and none of these people are coming back to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, to go back to the, confronting, I feel like the way you would go about that, like, I don't feel like I've ever had to do that. I don't think I've ever had to do that anyway. I feel like the best way to go about doing that is just saying, hey, can I talk to you about something serious? Whatever. And then they're going to say, yeah, go ahead. And this is not a conversation you do over text. Like, this
No.
is either in person or definitely over the phone. Like, over the phone would be my go-to. Just because, like, it would be hard to meet up with somebody and then discuss all that. Like, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Phone call can do.
You've got some separation between the two of you. It's
Yeah, and that's
hard.
And that's when you say, hey, like, I just want to talk to you, and I don't want this to come across the wrong way. I'm not saying that I, don't appreciate you or, don't want a friendship, like, none of that. But I feel like I go out of my way to text you, and it's not even out of my way, just being a friend, I want to talk to you. And sometimes I don't feel like that is reciprocated. I don't feel like you want to talk to me as much as I want to talk to you. If you don't, that's fine. If you do, that's fine. I just need to know for my own peace of mind, like, have I done something wrong? Or do you just need your space? Like, I feel like that's where you need to understand, and have that conversation. Like, do I need to give you some space? What are your boundaries? Like, do you just not think about it and it's nothing against me or whatever? Like, you need to have that conversation after a while, I think. And I think that would give both people a new perspective and a better sense of the whole friendship as a,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. What does being a good friend look like? Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I was in the wrong place. I think being a good friend, these are just some things like for adults with children or with their own life. This really isn't something for like, I mean, I guess some of these could like cross over into like teenage years and young adulthood, but most of these are like once you like hit the real world,
Well, beyond 21.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about teenagers.
Well, I feel like some of it could.
Well, I know,
because
I'm
there's
just
teenagers
saying.
that listen to this, that aren't in our age group
That's
yet.
true.
Okay, so coming over and helping you around the house when you're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get so overwhelmed that you can even load your dishwasher up. I, for instance, went and helped one of my friends not too long ago clean their kid's room out because it had just gotten so, like, it was too much, and she was like, I'm just so overwhelmed with this room, like, I know because when Halen's room got like that, when we were just putting all her stuff that we weren't using in there, I was overwhelmed, so I know how that feels. Sending a text saying that you're proud of them. Sending a small gift like a Chick-fil-A sandwich when they're down in the dumps. I remember one time Abby was having a rough day, and I knew that she liked Chick-fil-A lemonade, and I felt like it was kind of like the Lord saying,
Mm-hmm.
And I got an email from Chick-fil-A and it said, send a friend a lemonade. I thought, you know what? I'm going to. So I sent Abby a lemonade. And I didn't expect anything in return. I just knew she was having a bad day. And she literally told me, she was like, I was having the worst day and I needed that, And so I was like, good. I'm glad,
Kind of like that time I brought you breakfast.
Yes.
And then I brought you a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Yes.
That was when you were rough in your pregnancy, like.
Oh, yeah, man. It was rough and tough. Checking in on them. Just checking in. Just being like, hey, are you okay today? Like, haven't heard from you in a while. Like, I miss you,
Let me ask you a question before you go any further. Like, as you're reading these things off, do you think, do I do this? Like, when you're saying them, do you think, okay, I checked that one off because I did that? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Are you doing that? Are you doing it with me or are you doing it with all your friends? If you do it at all.
I mean, me and my friends that I talk to on a like weekly basis, like we just text, we don't necessarily individually text and say, hey, how are you doing? But we keep a communication with each other and we hang out regularly enough that I don't have to, not that I don't have to worry about them, but like, I know
you're already up to date.
We're already up to date.
Okay.
It's not one of these things where, now one friend in particular, yes, I do that lives in Michigan. I text her.
No. I'm saying as you're reading this stuff off, are you thinking in your mind, okay, I've done that. Like I do that however often.
No.
Or I've done that before.
Well, all this stuff I've either seen or done. I mean, I wrote this from my personal experience.
Who's your friend in Michigan?
Macy. Duh. So
Sorry,
I'll
I forgot
text
she
her
lived in
every now and
Michigan.
then. And you know, I'll text her when I feel like I need to.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'll get a sense, not in a weird mystical way, but just like I feel like God's kind of like, check in on her.
I do that sometimes.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll text her and I'll be like, hey, I just want to check in and see how you were. I miss you. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just something simple like that. Sometimes she'll say, I needed to hear from you or whatever, you know, like, so all these I've done, you know, or whatever. Being there for them, that's obvious. You know, being there with them through their highs and their lows. Praying over them and for them. That's a real important one. Loving them even when they need some space. That's the one, you know, that's the one right there that you got to give them some space if they need it. Because I know sometimes some people need space.
I'm one of those people.
I don't necessarily have to ever have space.
Oh, I do.
I'm dependent on other people.
No.
And I don't like being independent. That's not my thing. So for me, I don't need you to give me space unless you've made me mad. Other than that, I can see you. I can be around you.
I feel like I need my space daily. Like, I'm one of those people that I'm like, all right, we can go hang out for a couple of hours and then I'm done. Like, go away.
Yeah. Well, you're also a very independent person. I'm not. So
I'm not like that with you, though.
no, I know you're not like that with me.
But it's different.
I mean,
We're
other than,
actually
you know,
sisters,
when I'm at Mom and Daddy's house and you tell me to go home.
Well, that's only because I don't want to go to bed and then not know what y'all are talking about.
She's nosy and don't want to miss any of the action.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can go to the next one. So, what does being a bad friend look like? Never making time for them when you can make time for others. That one makes me so mad.
That one
Irritates me.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you a little backstory. When I was in school, I was in what? You want some of my water?
I want my water, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can have it.
Because you said you weren't going to drink it.
So when I was in school, I hung out with this particular group of girls. And, you know, it was the more popular girls, I guess. The one that played sports, all this stuff. Of course, we played sports, but they weren't school sports at this point in time. And I went up with these girls all the way from kindergarten and first grade all the way up to 7th grade. 7th grade rolls around. We're all hanging out, you know, spring break's coming. And they said they were going to go to spring break, or they were going to go to the mall at spring break. And so they went. And they told me a different day than what they actually went. So all of them got together and went. And they left me out.
And we happened to be there.
And we just so happened to be in the store that all of them come bumping through. And when they saw me, they got ashamed of themselves and ran away. Well, that flew all over Mama because she couldn't understand why. Now, as a parent, I understand like
Her
how
anger.
she felt and how mad she was that somebody had done me that way.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, she ran out of that store and she was like, hey, I thought y'all were going on blah blah day. And they're like, no, you know, but she knew, I mean, they were trying to lie. But like, I was so embarrassed because I was like, they weren't my friends.
Well, then that makes you self-conscious. Like, what's wrong with me that they didn't want to invite me?
And I just felt like, because especially here, like where we live, like I don't know if it's like this at other places, but like school and politics plays a big, and how much money your parents have in the name plays a big part in where you fit in at school. Mm-hmm. If your parents don't have any money, you wear Walmart shoes, you wear Walmart clothes, and nobody knows who you are, you can forget being in the clique.
Mm-hmm.
And I just so happened to fall right in the middle. Our parents didn't have a whole lot of money, but they didn't have a bad name. I mean, our dad is a police officer, a sheriff's deputy, and so we were just kind of set off in the middle. And we could go to whichever side we wanted to, but I gravitated towards them because I wanted to be like them.
I did too.
But I didn't dress like they did. and I didn't talk like they did, and I didn't do everything they did. And so I felt like they're in middle school and these boys are coming in and all this other stuff. I just kind of got kicked off to the side. And like, I'm friends with some of these girls to this day, and I've like forgiven them. But that's one of the things, like, that right there was one of my points in time that I was just like, not everybody is your friend. Because I used to think that everybody was my friend until that point in time. And then I realized real quick that
That's not how it
these
is.
people that you think would never do you a certain way will do it.
They're the first ones.
They're the
to do it.
first ones to do you that way. So anyway, like I said, I'm friends with some of these girls now. They've apologized since then, and
They really have?
yeah, they've all apologized to me. Matter of fact, and I'm actually friends with all of them except for one that I don't really ever see, and I don't think any of them ever see her either. But I mean, it was something they did when they were 12 and 13 years old. You know, it's not something that I care to hold against them anymore. And you know, of course, Mama was probably more hurt by it than I was, and I can understand why now. Then when I had told her, oh, well, one or two apologize, she was like, I don't care. You don't need to be hanging out with them. Like, she was trying to protect me, you know. She was trying to make sure that I didn't get sucked back into that and get used as a doormat anymore, because I was. So anyway, I found me some new friends, and after that was the 7th grade, and then 8th grade, me and Abby started being friends, and so we've been friends ever since. And Kendall, and of course, I've always been friends with Kendall. We were always a lot alike, because we weren't really the girly type of girls. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's one of those things. Never making time for them when you make time for others. Mm-hmm. Like they wanted to make time with each other, but they didn't want it with me. And even in adulthood, like, you'll see that happening, you know, and I've seen it, and I've just tried to stay away from people like that. Mm-hmm. You know? So, have you got any commentary on that?
Well, I mean, I can read what you got. I think this one's a big one. Okay, so inviting a friend to an event and then constantly overlooking, ignoring, or talking over them if you feel somebody else's voice is more important.
Oh,
I
man.
hate that. Like, if I'm talking, please don't talk over me. That would be a good thing to catch Blake again, like put in the beginning, because it seems like I'm telling you that. Mm-hmm. So put that in the beginning.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's a big thing. Like, that is one of my biggest pet peeves. If I'm speaking, whether it's in a group, whether it's just to you, like, and you talk over me, that's so disrespectful, and that hurts me more than anything. I'd rather you just pretend that you're not listening to me. I mean, you pretend you're listening to me, but you're really not. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just say,
Especially like, when
make it act like you're listening, but you know you may not actually be. Like, that would be better than you just flat out talking over me because you heard somebody else and what they've got to say is better than what I got to say.
And when they turn their head and they just like act like you weren't even speaking, and they just go right over here.
Yeah,
They're like, they'll say, just hold on one second. And then they talk to this person, and then that person talks to them, and then they just forget all about you. Well, I had that happen to me recently, and that's why I put that down, because it hurt my feelings so bad. I was like, you know what? They didn't even care what I was saying, because they never got back with me, and I wasn't offering up that information again.
Right, and I feel like like if you're at an event or whatever, and you know you're having a conversation with me, but somebody has to cut in, then I'll say, hey, give me just a second, and then I'll say, hey, what you need? Whatever, and I'm coming back to you though. Like, I feel like that's okay.
I mean, if it's urgent like that.
Or even if you're like, okay, so Hunter does this a lot. I'll be talking to him and he's on his phone, right? Mm-hmm. And he's texting somebody or he's reading something, whatever. I don't mind that. Mm-hmm. But when you act like you're listening to me,
and then you
can't repeat back what I said.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, I know a while ago I said that, you know, instead of you talking over me, pretending you're listening would be better. Like, that is better in that situation, but I still don't like that either. If you would just simply say, give me just a second, let me finish reading this, let me finish this text, and then I'm with you. Like, communication, it's so small, but it can be big. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can just tell somebody, give me just a second, like, I I gotta do this real
I'm
quick.
working
'Cause,
on something real quick, but as soon as I get done with it, I'm getting right
Like-
back with you.
Yes. I don't know if you've ever heard me tell Hunter this or whatever, but I do this to Hunter a lot. Like, if he's talking to me and I'm on the phone, I'm like, I'm not listening to you. Give me just a second. Like, I know that's rude to say that way. I don't ever mean it so rude to be, sounding like that. But I do forewarn him, like, I'm not listening to a word you're saying. I'm this right here.
Yeah.
Then I'm with you. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's a big thing. So definitely don't talk over people. Don't act like somebody's word is less important than somebody else's. Like.
Yeah, and that's one of my big things is if you only invited me so that you wouldn't hurt my feelings, you shouldn't have invited me.
Exactly. Like, I'd rather not come.
If you only invited me for me to just be there so I wouldn't complain that you didn't invite me and you weren't going to plan on talking to me and nobody else was planning on talking to me, you just tell me to go stay at home.
Agreed. Because I probably didn't want to come anyway.
I saw a TikTok the other day that said for the girls that were left out in high school and middle school
I reposted that
have your husband as your best friend and nobody understands why, this is why. Because nobody cared to have any kind of like friendship with you. Like,
I cried when I saw that and I was like, bro, like, that's Caitlin.
That I
that's
reposted.
me.
And why?
Yeah, I saw that you reposted. That's the way I saw it. And so I reposted it. Like,
I mean,
that's so sad, but it's so true.
It is. And like, it
hits a nerve.
Nobody understands unless you like go through. And that, I wasn't really ever bullied, but like it felt like it.
I know.
When you get left out
Makes me wanna
purposefully and you don't understand because you're a child why do they not like me?
But it doesn't
What
in
do I not
adulthood
have?
too. It's adulthood too.
It is, but as an adult, you can just be
I know
like,
it doesn't matter as
because
much.
I'm like, I got Blake.
Yeah.
I've got Callie. Like, like I've got two people that I can rely on,
Yeah.
Then to me, I'm like, I don't care if anybody else doesn't want to invite me or whatever. Like, I've got somebody that no matter what, they're going to be there for me. You know what I'm saying?
I've been to that point before. Like, and it's not necessarily lately, and it wasn't like, I'm trying to describe, it was like, still kind of in that teenager mix, but I had Hunter and I had my family, and I was to that point where I thought I couldn't care less if this friend just went on right now. Like, they haven't been, picking up their slack, and so I couldn't care any less.
Yeah.
If they want to go, I'd give them a what. Actually, it was adulthood. A couple years ago, maybe 2.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I don't
know
remember.
who you're talking about.
Yeah, and that was one of the, I thought I was going to have that friend forever. And it didn't work out that way, and I thought, couldn't care less. I've got somebody that it did still hurt.
Yeah.
Every time I say I couldn't care less or I don't care, I do. But I'm saying that as in, I thought, well, I'll be better off after this is over anyway. That's what I mean. So,
yeah.
Now, this one right here, do you want to read it? Do you want me to read it? The next one?
Go ahead and read it because I feel like you've got a story to go with it.
Okay, making them feel small in front of others, or even worse when it's just the two of you. Like,
oh, that one hits hard.
I'm one of those people, I know nobody likes to be embarrassed, but I hate it. I will get so angry if I get embarrassed in front of, like if I feel stupid, if I get embarrassed about something, like, no. Big no for me. I hate to be embarrassed. I hate to feel stupid, but I do it to myself a lot. But when a friend calls you out on it,
it's your own thing. But when your friend's like,
yeah, that's a stab in the back. Like, you might as well took a knife out of the kitchen and just, because that you don't do that. You just don't do that. I mean, that's so disrespectful. And you're just like, really? Like, who are you? Your friend's supposed to be there for you. They're supposed to,
like, bro, I could say a lot of stuff about you.
Yeah.
That could embarrass you. And that makes you so mad at that point where you're like, oh, I want to embarrass you right now.
But it's at the same point, too. It's like, you're supposed to pull me away from this embarrassment. You're supposed to, like, cause a distraction to get this embarrassment going. Like, that's your job. You shouldn't be adding to the fire.
No.
Absolutely
not.
I don't think I have a story to go along with that, but
I don't have a story to go along with that, I don't think. Praying or hoping for their downfall. Ooh. You might as well just not be friends with that person.
I don't even know how you can
If
consider
they're
yourself
only
a
being
friend.
your friend so they can silently compete with you and what you're doing.
Oh, I see you now. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? If they're just your friend so they can like, for instance, Blake had a friend like this. Every time Blake would say he wanted to do something, that friend would go ahead and go do it and have the one up on Blake. And like, I just told Blake, I said, quit telling him you're going to do this and that. Because Blake felt like, he was like, I swear every time I talk about me doing something, he goes ahead and does it before I can even do it. And then I just can't even do it. Talking about like a little side business or something like that, you know. And then why don't you say this one?
Gossiping about them to people who they don't like or aren't familiar with, and this can cause unwanted rumors. I have a story to go along with
tell
this. So, when I had my downfall with that friend I was talking about, early 20s. I mean, I'm still early 20s. I'm 22, but you know what I mean? Like I think I was 20. So, this friend, we had just gone through a whole squabble, and I found out that she was telling somebody I didn't like one thing, and like I would vent to her about this person,
And she'd
we
go
all
and
worked
tell.
together, and I think she was going and telling, or the biggest thing that really hurt was like me and this girl were supposedly best friends, but she ended up having a big news in her life, like she was pregnant. Didn't tell me. And I heard it from somebody else. And that was a big red flag. And I'm not saying that I'm like controlling in that way, but that's just one of those things that you tell a friend. You know, like
Well, if you're telling other people, but you skip telling your best friend,
yeah.
and it's not because you want to save it to do something special or
Right.
whatever, you just don't want to tell them, like, why?
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Just don't tell anybody, because when I find out that you didn't tell me that, I'm going to feel like you either don't like me anymore, you think I'm going to tell when I'm not, like something like that, you know?
Right. And I don't know who started, because like this all went in a downward spiral, bad time in my life. Like I was really not okay, but me and Abby had started to be really good friends. Mm-hmm. And so me and Abby and Hunter would hang out a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, we all worked together though, so understandably, we'd hang out
Yeah.
when we were at work, but also like we would like Abby would come over, and we would, obviously Hunter would be there or whatever, and we met up at Hunter's house for his graduation. Like Abby got there before I did, and then I got there. I mean, no big deal. That didn't bother me. Hunter's parents were there, but I didn't think anything between the two. Whatever. And so, but the funny thing is there was a rumor that went around. I don't know who started it, but somebody at work told me that apparently me, Hunter, and Abby were intermingling.
Hey.
And we thought that was the funniest thing. And
I wonder who made that up.
I take that back. I know who made that up. I remember who made it up.
Spill it.
Because
Tell them right now on the pod.
No.
Will
I
you
won't
tell
do
me
it.
after?
Yeah, I'll tell you after. I remember why.
You said, no, I won't do it.
I remember, I think, why. I assume, I'm not 100%. We were working back there with the two people we didn't like and whatever, and this has nothing to do with that other friend anymore, or ex-friend, whatever. So we were back there, and we were working, and we were talking about Hunter. And you know how Abby is, like, she's always, like, hitting on somebody, you know, like, she's joking. She never really is, like, meaning it.
You just walk up and be like, what's up, baby?
Yeah, and yeah.
Just not
and you know
even
how
to be
Hunter's
weird.
butt is. Everybody talks about Hunter's butt. I mean, he's got a dump truck back there, and everybody talks about it. His guy friends, my friends, anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody will talk about it, and it doesn't hurt my feelings. Like, it's funny.
He's got a bubble butt, everybody.
Yeah, and everybody knows it. He can't deny it. So anyway.
Not because he's dragging that wagon behind him.
He had to get a license to carry that thing around.
He did.
Anyway, so Abby, I think, had said something about Hunter, not necessarily his butt, but she was talking about Hunter being like, you know, like,
He pretty.
yeah, she was saying something to that effect, And I said, well, what's mine is yours, you know? Just joke because we were such good friends. And I wasn't saying that specifically about Hunter. We went on to a different conversation, and I said, well, you know, what's mine is yours, what's yours is mine, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think they
Maybe just talking about some food in the pantry.
honestly, like, I think they had actually walked in on the backside of that conversation.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about something, but then after we said that, we were talking about Hunter again.
Oh,
Something to that effect.
okay.
And I think they tried to piece all that together, but just, it was so funny. So then after that, we just let it go. We just started making up new rumors about ourselves so that they could have something to talk about.
Yeah.
And it would entertain us about how far it would go.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I mean, it is disrespectful, but at the same time, like, the way me and Abby made light of it, that's the best thing you could do. You if you have a bad rumor going around about you, the best thing you could do is just act like it doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
Because then what are they going to do? They're not going to keep
They're not
telling
going to be able to get any fuel from it.
Yeah, they're not going to keep telling it. So,
Yeah.
because they're going to be like, well, you know, that doesn't even bother them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Whatever.
so.
Be present. Being a present friend is key to continuing a friendship.
And that doesn't mean necessarily in person. Like,
No, I
be
mean,
present
just being
throughout the things that are major in their life, you
Yeah,
know.
I
Not
mean-
even the major things, the little things too.
Yeah, like for instance, you know, you are having a birthday dinner that all your friends are going to be at. Well, if one of your friends just decides they'd rather go do some random activity while you're having your birthday dinner
That sucks.
that they planned last minute. Wow, Marley. I don't know if y'all heard that, but if you
I doubt
didn't,
they did. They didn't hear it last time.
oh, they definitely did. I seen it spiking on the thing. Anyway, stuff like that. That's not being a very good friend. Like, you knew we had this planned and you didn't show up because you wanted to go ride go-karts. I mean, I don't know. I just made something up random, but like that's one of those things. And then you can read the next one.
Being intentional about your feelings towards them. Like, what?
Oh, you looked at me like,
Well, because it says being intentional about you feelings.
about you feeling. Sometimes I'll be messing up on my words.
know.
That's one of them things. You see what? This is not a good friend over here. She embarrassed and called me out.
Are you really embarrassed?
No, I
I
don't
didn't
really
figure you would be, or I wouldn't have said it.
No.
Okay, so for real, being intentional about your feelings towards them. Definitely, like,
Callie's very good at that. She'll just tell
Really?
somebody. I mean, it's like the other day. You're like, I miss you.
oh yeah.
I get cringed about stuff like that. Saying, not
Does it
hearing
cringe you
stuff.
out when I say
No, it's just I can't bring myself to say sometimes.
oh.
I can text.
Did you
them.
say it?
I can text
Oh,
them.
you text. Okay.
But like when I'm
Oh,
looking
you
at
talking
somebody,
about when we were in the floor?
just any time. Like it's really awkward for me and Abby, for instance. Like if I walk up to Abby and I'll be like, "Hey, Abby, I really missed you." We would both be like, "Nah,
Yeah.
nah, fam, hush."
I tell my friends that because we're more on the kind of mushier side. Like,
Yeah, I
even
know.
Abby, like she'll tell me that she's the first one.
Yeah.
I miss you. I love you. Like whatever,
Yeah,
that kind of thing. So, but for real, I think those are very important. Or even just, I was trying to think of another example, but you know, like if you are proud of them, tell them because that means a lot.
it
And
does.
especially if you mean it and it just comes out of nowhere, it's always the little things that makes the biggest difference. And just saying I'm proud of you or I miss you or just, hey, love you. I just want you to know. Have a good day. That kind of, that means so much.
Yeah, or send them a lemonade from Chick-fil-A on
Or
the
send them
app.
a sandwich.
Or whatever. Send them some cookies or whatever, you know, like, I mean, my friends are very good about, like Jensen and Emily and Abby and, I'm sure I'm missing a couple. Sorry, y'all. But like, especially Jensen and Emily and Abby, like, those are my top three right there that like I talk to.
I'm sitting right here and she didn't
Frequently.
even.
Callie's she doesn't count in this.
I'm built in.
You're built in.
I was
with
just
me.
joking.
You're like an extension of me.
Yeah. You're extension of me.
Yeah.
We're extension. We extend to make a bridge.
Yes. Love can build a bridge.
What?
You never heard that song? I can't believe I just sang that
I
on
can't either. That was a
public.
shock.
public, it's because there's nobody sitting here in front of me.
I'm sitting there in front of you. You just
I'm not worried about
ignored
you.
me twice.
I'm not worried about you. Thrice?
I said
You want
twice.
me to ignore you thrice?
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're always very good about, like, I've gotten random things from them. I've gotten them random things, like, you know, Jensen will just walk up with something random and be like, I was thinking about you. I saw this and I bought it.
Oh.
Jensen's like that. Emily and Jensen are like that to each other a lot. They live together, and, like, it seems like it happens a lot because they just know each other so well that, like, with me and you, like, we do that a lot. I don't necessarily do that a whole lot to them, and they don't do it a whole lot to me, but it has happened. Now, with
Yeah.
me and you, like, I bought you something today. Do you
What you
want to
bought?
see what it is? I
Yes.
haven't gotten it in. I ordered it.
But you bought me something?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a claw clip that looked like Marley.
Oh, that's cute.
I mean, it's actually a golden retriever, but it's kind of chunky like her,
Same
so I
thing.
bought it.
Yeah.
But, you know, so, like,
Kind of like
I
that Mother's
saw
Day
that.
present. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, hey, that's cute. And I was like, well,
yeah.
buggy.
And, like, if I see stuff like that, like, for instance, I saw that claw clip, and I put it in my cart, and then I didn't buy it for, like, a week, and then I went back today, and I got a T-shirt for $1. And I thought, I'm going to get that claw clip for Callie.
oh,
So I bought it.
Sweet.
It's actually really cute. And I knew you needed a claw clip because I don't know how many
Because
you
I've
have.
stolen yours
Yeah.
and your hair bow.
Yeah. But yeah, stuff like that. Like, just going out of your way to tell them that you love them. Like, my love language is gift giving and acts of service. So I enjoy giving people stuff. Like, everybody likes to receive gifts. Let's not lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
So,
not
I
lie.
mean, I like to receive gifts. But, like, I also like to give people stuff. Like, I feel like I'm good at gift giving at Christmas time because I like to see what people,
I love
how
that.
people feel when they get what I picked out specifically for them.
Yes, I love that.
Because I
But-
cater my gifts to personality.
Me too.
So, you know, I feel like I'm a good gift giver. Now, Blake isn't the best gift giver because he doesn't put that much thought into it.
I will say,
And I think that's men in general. I don't think
Well-
it's just Blake.
no, because Hunter's a really good gift giver. Like, he's one of those people, if he sees something, he's like, Caitlin would like that. Or, because I'm not as good at gift giver as Hunter is. Like,
Right.
I don't think I'm good at all. Because I
Hunter's
just
picked
made
out my
gift
Christmas
card.
presents like the last few years, has he not?
Yes.
Um,
Or birthday, whatever we may
Yeah.
pick out. Like, yeah.
well, I just, you know, that's my like little love language, you know? So I like doing that for friends and
I
stuff.
do like that, but the best thing about this upcoming Christmas is, you know, like, I hope everybody sticks to it, is I just want to go all out on Halen. And I don't want anybody to get me anything. Like, I want everybody to put everything into Halen.
Well, I'm still going to
And-
get everybody something as long as I can. If I'm able to, of course. We don't know what finances be looking like these days.
Then, if that's the case, gift
I mean,
cards are coming
not
everybody's
me-
way.
Not just me, but like everybody. You know, with the economy like it is, like you just really have to
That's true.
watch out for the.
That's why you do gift cards. You don't
expenses.
pay any more on gift cards than just the amount you put on the gift card.
Yeah, I know, but that's just kind of impersonal.
I know, but
And I really,
have
I
time to
really,
shop.
I really hate giving people gift cards.
Oh, sorry. Do
Oh.
you hate receiving them? Because
No, I don't hate receiving
see,
them.
I love receiving gift cards. So I'm like, ooh,
As long as it's not
give
a
everybody
vanilla
a gift card.
I hate a vanilla card. They never work at Walmart.
Yes, and you can't get the total amount off of them.
You can if you call, but like for some reason at Walmart self checkout they don't work.
I know.
It irritates me. We've got like $100 or so in vanilla gift cards that we can't even use.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got another little topic here. Sometimes friendships are only for a chapter or a season of your life. I have personally been there.
I've been there too many times to count.
Okay, and the last reason why, you know, friends, you know, you may only be friends for a season or a chapter. You know, families start getting established, people start having kids, people get married, you know, things like that.
Just a natural thing that happens.
Yeah, moving to other parts of a state or country.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing is moving away. But, you know, just
You and Hunter are my closest besties.
you and Blake are my closest besties.
My other ones are like an hour and a half away.
Well, mine lived just down the road. Abby probably lives the furthest away.
Mm-hmm.
And I do miss Abby being in town. I can't do anything with her. But yeah. We're going to play pickleball tomorrow, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
We're stoked about that.
Yeah. Is this video coming out tomorrow, though? Is
This video, well, when y'all hear it, we will have already played pickleball. And then we'll be playing pickleball while some of y'all are listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, I believe Emily and Mason are coming to play tomorrow. Shout out to you, Emily and Mason. Jensen may come, I don't really know. But they all play. Abby plays too, but she can't ever. So sometime we may need to go to Piedmont. She said they have a court down there at her church.
Okay.
And
Do
you
we have
know-
any more friend stuff, though? Like,
No, I think
we
that's all
wrapping
for the
up?
friend stuff. That's why I was going ahead and wrapping up.
okay.
So let me hit the little button for y'all.
Okay. Did you hear we both went, you did it again? Okay. Anyway.
We're synced up, linked up, whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
I've been better about posting on, I know I said that last time, but I have been. I posted a TikTok today.
I'm literally so proud of you for your. I cannot edit a video on TikTok. Let me just say.
I
So
had
the
to
fact
learn.
that you can, I'm proud.
I had to learn. Thank you. That was a good high five. No, not sit down. Anyway, so
Who's that? Oh,
Mama. Mama.
Tell her she's on the pod. Let's hear what Mama has to say.
Hey, Mama. You're on the pod. We're doing a podcast. We're trying to wrap up. So let me call you back, okay?
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I was saying get her on the pod. To
I
say
knew she wouldn't
something.
want to.
Oh.
I feel like I know why she's calling, and I don't care for her to ask me that while we're on the podcast. So,
Oh.
anyway.
But anyway, so we just released our music video for the Pick and Share Profits. It's called Imperfect Perfections.
Good job, Caitlin, on all of it.
Callie helped a lot. Imperfect Perfections, a tribute to Bob Ross. It is a great song. I want to tell you a little story about it. I had edited it like 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I edited like 8 times. I had 8 like different drafts that I was just having to, I posted the wrong one.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
I was so
I didn't see the wrong one. I saw where you said that you posted it.
I was so embarrassed. I was like, these people are gonna think I'm a chump.
How long was it on there?
It was only on there for like an hour, but 16 views. So some of
Dusty
y'all,
and them see it.
I don't know. I texted Dusty when I realized, and I was like, "Oh, bro, I'm so sorry."
What did he say?
He was like, "It's fine. I've done that before too." I said, "I posted the wrong one." I said, "I had to edit it so many times." Like,
It's okay.
yeah, Dusty was like cool about it, but still, I was embarrassed. But y'all need to go check it out. It's on our YouTube page. You'll see it. It's got a big old Bob Ross bobblehead.
Yes. Keep liking and subscribing to all of our stuff,
Yeah,
especially on YouTube. You get the views, but you don't get the likes. You don't get the subscribes. We've got more since Garrett's. Do you hear that? Why is it doing that?
I don't know.
Anyway, since Garrett's episode, we've gotten more subscribers, and I don't know about the likes.
Oh,
I
dude,
don't
his
look in
views
it.
on that it's hit a 200.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to drag Garrett back in here and get all y'all, everybody that's listening to Garrett's podcast, y'all need to go subscribe
Yeah.
so we can make some money on YouTube.
I'm really thinking Colby, the guest I'm bringing in, is gonna.
He's coming in this week.
No, not
next
this week.
week.
Next week. Mhm.
Oh, y'all are gonna really enjoy that episode,
Yeah.
which it won't get posted till probably the end of this month. But
Right.
still.
But I think that'll do pretty good because he was from here, so
Yeah.
I think that'll pop off. But also, anyway, so just keep checking out our social media, Instagram, Facebook, my TikTok at Callie Jolly, and I am gonna get started on the Twitch.
the Twitch, she's gonna get started on it.
I was gonna do it today, but I decided I needed a tan, so I went and got one.
Yeah.
I don't
Also,
look like it, but I tried.
it's fine. It looks good. I think it looks good.
Thank you.
I was gonna say something. Also, we've got a summer video coming up soon as we can get the tortillas touching the face. We got our badminton tournament in August, and we're gonna start doing some pickleball footage for y'all. Maybe Bernie will do like a little tutorial and like a rule book. We could do like Bernie's rule book pickleball or something.
I don't think
I've
he'll
got-
do it.
He may. I don't know. Probably not. But it would be fun to watch Bernie like just. I could put flames on the pickleball when it comes flying by.
Yes.
Pegging somebody.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think that's going to be it for us today, y'all. Thanks for watching. This has been Beyond 21 with Caitlin.
And Callie.
Bye, y'all.